Hey guys, it's GP Hero, and I want to say this is one of my different videos, but honestly it's more like for starters. I'm apologizing because for the delay on videos that I've been trying to keep up with doing. It's just I've had a lot going on. I've had a lot going on. And it's really done a number on me, and that's why I've not been able to even be able to think straight to be able to do a video. I haven't lost my motivation. I've just been busy dealing with a lot of stuff. Today was one of those days, and this is probably the worst thing that I've been dealing with with what's been going on with me, that I don't really think I need to go into detail about anything else. But something to know is a term that I go by is you gotta expect the unexpected, because you don't know. You don't know what could be coming for you with the way life works, and especially with what 2020 has done to the whole year, especially to famous people, and now 2020 has affected my family. When I thought 2020 wasn't going to get any worse, it has now affected my family. This morning, or November 15th, 2020, at 1:02 in the morning, my great-grandmother, one of my last ones still living, my nanny, she passed away. She took her last breath, and then she went home. She went to heaven. She was one that me and my dad were really close to. And I'm doing what I can, and I even have tears right now. I'm trying to hold them back because I have been crying all day. In different times of the day, I've been crying. I was honestly worse this morning. I was able to keep my mind occupied most of the day, which is not a bad thing, but none of that changes how I feel. Yes, and y'all heard what I said correctly. Yes, a great-grandmother. But something to know about how my family is, we're known for having young people. We have a lot of young people in my family, especially on my dad's side. This one was on my dad's side. And my nanny, now granted, late 80s technically can be an old age. It can be, but that's the lifespan in my family. It's anywhere between 80 and 95, something like that, which is still a long life. But the way where my heart is right now, and pretty much how it always has been about her, she was more like a grandmother, not a great-grandmother. For one thing, because of the age she was, and also because of how close I was with her. Last Thursday, or a couple days ago Thursday, she went into cardiac arrest. I didn't find this out till November the 14th, which was the day before it happened. Well, that evening. My mom had called me and told me that that my nanny wasn't going to be around much longer. And I asked her why. She told me that she had gone into cardiac arrest, and that the reason she didn't call me before and tell me what had happened, or what was happening, was because we thought she was gonna, come out of it, because she's came out of it several times, including she's had several strokes in her life too. And that's a common hereditary thing in my family. And it's why I try to be so cautious with my stress level, because strokes are very well known in my family. And I remember, I forget when it was now, that I had a conversation with her a few years ago telling her that she's as healthy as can be, and she was like, I don't know about that, but I'll take that. It's exactly what she said. She was one of the most loving people that I ever knew. And I was happy I was able to see her one more time. Like, it's been a few months ago now, but I was able to. I was actually at Walmart, and I seen her. I ran into her there somehow, and we talked for a couple of minutes, and I'm just glad that the last thing I told her was I loved her. I'm glad that if anything, that is the last thing I ever told her. I'm glad, because it would have hurt me if I was never on good terms with her, because I loved her. She was amazing. Like, if anyone had known her, like, if any of you people out there had known her, you would have loved her. She was awesome. She was funny too. And so was my great grandfather. Mind you, she outlived him. He only made it to 80. But she made it to, frick. I don't even know how old she was. I'm wanting to say she was at least 87. Or she might have been 88. I don't know. I feel like 87 was the right age, though. But I could be wrong. I can't, speak if I don't fully know for sure. But 87 sounds correct. Either way, we lost her this morning. And it tore me apart when I heard what was happening. And as soon as my mom had called me and told me what was happening, I started freaking out. And I had my little sister Alicia with me. She asked me if I wanted to go over to my family's house, and I told her yes. And so we hung out there last night for a while. And then I went to bed when I got home, and then I woke up and saw the text from my mom that my nanny had passed. And I'll admit, a lot of us are selfish when we put two and two like this. Because we grieve. And it's understandable that we're going to grieve for this. And I'm telling y'all now, it has took a lot in me to say this as much as I have today. That it was best for her. I'm pretty sure she was ready to go. Because she had a heart attack like earlier this year or last year. Actually, I think it was last year. And she didn't want treatment. And she came out of it. This time she wasn't so lucky. But I'll tell you, I think she was ready. Because, she did live a long life. And I don't think it's fully had time to hit me yet. Because it still doesn't even feel like it's real yet. And the one thing you need to do with any of your relatives, for those of y'all that have relatives that you are extremely close to, give them a hug. Tell them you love them, because you never know if you're going to see them again or not. Yes, we wake up one day, but the next day is never promised. You need to tell them you love them, because one day they're not going to be here. Or you may not be here, if one of those. It could be either or. And stay on as good of terms with people as you can with your loved ones, because it is a hard thing to face. This has been a really rough thing for me, and I know that the whole family, this is a crisis for all of us, even though we know that it is written in scripture. I forget which verse it's in, but it is written that we're actually supposed to celebrate. We're not supposed to grieve or mourn or any of that. We're supposed to celebrate the life that they lived. But it's hard. It's really hard. Especially when it's the ones you're close to. I do know that I knew my nanny enough to know that she would have wanted me to keep going. And maybe this channel, me bringing her up, come on, Jonah, don't cry. Don't cry, Jonah. She would have wanted me to keep going. And maybe this video will be able to help me keep going. Because it's not even just me making these videos, it's all the support that I'm getting. Because I'll take any support I can get just to be able to not just get myself where I want to be, but to help anyone around the world. That's who I am as a person. My nanny would have done the exact same thing. I miss her and my Papa Jr. so much. It's not even funny. Like, they were some good people. But I'm happy that they're up in heaven now and they're with each other too. I know that they are. And I know they cried happy tears when they saw each other. There's just no way that they wouldn't have. But for whoever doesn't believe in that stuff, don't judge me, okay? This is what I believe in. I believe she went home where she's out of pain. Yeah. So y'all can see where I stand right now. It's been rough. It's been really rough. But I'm still pulling through. And Nanny, I know that it was rough for you. But I know that you're in a much safer place now, away from all of this. I never wanted to have to make a video like this, not anytime soon. But it's just when you're working on becoming a YouTuber, this is stuff you gotta face. And I learned that. I learned that today. I think I've actually known that since I lost my cousin back in 2016, which I'll be making another video about next month. But hopefully I'll have a couple videos between now and then. Yeah. So, I still hope somebody will get something from this video. Because you have to expect the unexpected. You also need to remind your loved ones how much they are loved by, and how much they are loved, and you need to remind yourself how much that you are loved by those same people. It's a hard thing to believe, but it can happen. So I'm going to end right here. This is GP Hero signing out. Rest easy, Nanny.